Hi, my name is Maria and I'm from Bash Events. Today is the DIY of the month, and what we're going to be making today is cute do-it-yourself stamps that you can make to decorate any of your paper goods or even some of your decorations for any event or wedding or party. What you're going to need for today is you're going to need foam, and the one that I like to use is 3mm thick, so you can actually see that here. And I like this one because it's a little bit thicker and it provides enough weight so that your stamp will actually come out nicely. You can get it at any craft store and it's pretty inexpensive. I would say it would be maybe about $1 per sheet. I like to have white paper on hand just to draw out my template for my stamp. A pen, of course, a pair of scissors, some craft glue, and also some kind of flat surface that you're going to adhere your stamp onto. And so this is, again, the super budget part. It could be anything like a flat stone if you want to make one of the smaller ones. I'm actually I have a lot of old jewel cases, so I actually took them apart and I'm going to be using a jewel case today to put together our stamp. So the first step is, the first step is you want to draw out your template on a piece of white paper, something that you're going to cut out, and then we're actually going to transfer it onto the foam. So today I am going to be making a little mustache, and I'm going to cut this out with my scissors. If you want to have something a little more intricate, it is helpful to have an X-Acto knife. It does come out a little bit cleaner than when you use scissors, but as long as you're not doing a really small stamp, you should be fine with just the scissors. Forward that part. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your nice white template and you're going to put it onto your foam. Now your foam doesn't have to be black. I just like black because it won't show future ink and it just looks nicer, in my opinion. But you could use whatever color foam that you would like. It's going to end up covered with ink anyway, so it's not really going to matter. And actually I have a pre-cut little piece because I'm not going to need this really big piece. So you're going to trace it onto your black piece, and like I said again, if you have an X-Acto knife, it does help, but if not, your scissors will be just fine. And by the magic of television and the internet, I have one completely done here. Next step is you're actually going to glue one side onto your jewel case or whatever flat surface that you decide to use. So I just use regular craft glue. I don't like to use hot glue for this because for stamps you definitely want your surface to be as flat as possible, and the hot glue tends to make certain parts raised and other parts flat. So you definitely want to use a good craft glue. A little bit of glue. You're going to just stick it onto your template. Okay, so you can see the back. Here's the front, and you can see we have a stamp that's completely done. Like I said before, you could use stones, and so I have here a little, as you can tell I've already used it, a little star that I've made, and I've used a stone, and this would actually also make a really cute favor or maybe gift for friends or bridesmaids. And you can personalize it to anything you want. Like, one of the things that you can do with the stamp is create monograms. Something that you want to remember is because it's a stamp, you're going to want to make any letters that you put on the stamp backwards. If you put it forwards when you stamp it, you will not be a happy person. And so, especially for letters like B, which are, direction specific, you do need to make sure that it's backwards. So that's about it for this. I'm going to show you how the cheap and dirty way to get some ink on here. And so what I like to do, because we're talking about budget ways to save yourself some money, is I just use any kind of acrylic paint and a wet paper towel. If you have a stamp pad, even better, because your stamps will come out cleaner, but I usually have some paint and a paper towel hanging out around the house. And so what I did was I kind of put some paint on the paper towel and kind of spread it around. And all you need to do is, actually I'll start with my small one. Oh, my big one. Is you're going to put it down just like any stamp. Press down to make sure that you have a nice coating of ink or paint on every single part of your stamp. You can kind of see it there. Oops, I think I need a little bit more paint. And so the good thing about using a jewel case is the fact that you can actually see through and be able to tell where exactly you're putting your paint and your stamp pad. Alright, it's a little bit better. I like to actually make a little squeegee out of the foam, and this kind of helps me in case there's some places that are missed or you think could use a little bit more paint. You can kind of squeegee it on there too. And then I just have a nice little note card, B for Bash, of course. And again, the other thing that's cool about the clear case is you can see exactly where you're going to stamp it. Okay, and then just press firmly to make sure that wherever you put it down, that's where it's going to get ink. Ooh, this one came out a little bit messy, but kind of get the idea. And so now you have a nice little stamp, and you can make note cards if you're going to be making new stationery. It just comes out really cute, and it's completely personalized. I know that you can get it on websites, but it usually costs you about $30 to $40 to make a custom stamp. This one cost us maybe $3 at most. And so it's a really cute, inexpensive way to make something that's just yours. And that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.